Gentlemen, welcome to Blackwatch.
Alright guys, we're back with the next part of our walkthrough for the Yellow Zone on hard difficulty. I'm Exonomate.
BA Bagable 15.
And we're on some brain drain, baby.
That's right.
That's what we do. Remember guys, we are time-lapsing a lot of this footage because, you know, just for time's sake, but we will always highlight exactly what's going on. And, you know, just make sure you're listening to the audio commentary, and that'll help you some, and then the visuals obviously are there as well. But we are time-lapsing, baby. Otherwise, this would have been like a 6-hour-long commentary.
There's just so much fluff in between these levels.
Flight times and just a lot of stuff that make for boring videos.
It's not like a linear game where we can go in there and the whole mission has stuff to talk about.
Right. Let's talk about this right quick, though. Let's talk about your engagement meter, or whatever people call it. That's what I call it, the engagement meter, the little yellow icon. And talk about the scanners. Yeah,
those scanners, as you can see, how I know it's time lapse, but it was still really quick for that scanner to pick up into alert mode. You just gotta be careful and keep an eye on those. In hard and easy, I didn't even think anything of them.
Right, and if you do get caught in alert mode, just do what we did there. Break the line of sight. It's real easy. Just use elevation and or try to make 90-degree angle turns, and you should be able to break lines of sight fairly easy. This is another little highlighted section of this particular mission, and that's you got to get these 4 scientists. Real easy to do. Just use your jump, I guess like your jump pounce ability,
right?
And smash their heads in. You know, break their backs. You know, however you want to do it.
Just have yourself a nice meal.
Yeah, there's only 4 of them, and you know that's not hard to do at all, guys. Even on the harder difficulties, and then just evade. And there you go. Make sure you evade Scuba Steve though. Scuba Steve's, you can't mess with Scuba Steve.
Scuba Steve don't mess around.
This next section of this particular mission, you just have to use your hunting ability to capture. I guess it's like is it a scientist, or I can't really tell. But you have to go and hunt down and consume I think it's a scientist. And so we're just using our sonar, I call it sonar, ability right now just to hunt them down. And you'll find they're in this area. And let's talk about these APCs.
Yeah, something that we had to do with the hard difficulty that we didn't have to worry about. And the easy difficulty was keeping our distance.
Right.
We keep our distance a lot. With these APCs, it's just easier to tank out with a rocket launcher. And I think right now we're just trying to find somebody that we can stealth consume that has a rocket launcher. But I think in the end we just end up getting impatient and just consuming somebody. And it really didn't make that big a difference. So really, instead of having to wait and look around, you might as well just jump into Heller.
Yeah. Because as soon as you come up here and shoot 3 shots on this tank,
you're gonna go into alert mode anyway.
Yeah, it's over anyway. So just do that. That's probably gonna be your best bet. And go ahead and beat the fool out this guy. And then crack your neck and and break line of sight again.
There's so much repetition in this.
There is a lot. There was the same way. Well, that's typically the way sandbox games are. Is a little bit of repetition, but you know, I guess that's what makes them the games that they are.
Project Long Shadow.
All right, so yeah, that's going on Project Long Shadow, right, y'all?
This is technically the 4th mission in the. No, there's close to 30 throughout the entire game, quote unquote.
It's kind of funny watching this game going really fast.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an enjoyable experience in and of itself. It's just cool watching stuff go fast like this. So first thing, guys, is go ahead and make sure you're in uniform. You know, coming in a soft landing, and you know, make sure that you're just not going in here as Heller, because typically on the easier modes it's easy to just beast through here as Heller, but on the hard difficulties it can be quite aggravating. So
it's just unwanted attention.
Yeah.
But don't be like us and think you're in a military outfit and then you land.
I've done that so many times.
I guess it's not a big deal for you guys because you don't have to worry about stopping the capture and going back and then recapturing it. But
it's crazy.
It's still, I guess, a little bit of a pain. The thing we want to talk about right here is that there's 3 sections to this. There's this room. Then you're gonna go down to a lower section, and then I'm sorry, I'm thinking about.
Oh, you're thinking.
I'm thinking about the other one. No, yeah. I apologize. I'm ahead of myself.
This is your friend right here, man.
Oh yeah.
So let's talk about this strategy. he has a couple of different attacks, right? He's got one where he pulls you in.
Right.
He's got one where he does like a little 360 spin.
All the way around the room.
So let's talk about what we're doing right here to combat his.
There's that 360.
His offense.
The way to take down these Hydras, or at least in this particular room, is to always keep your eye on them so that you know when to dodge and when to fly around. And don't use automatic weapons, but stick with the rocket launchers. Those automatic weapons are just garbage.
Yeah, we were showing you there that they don't really take off any energy, and then we switched back to the rocket launcher to show you that they are a boss.
Yeah, usually it was like one shot and then kind of do a little duck dive weave kind of deal, and then another shot, and just repeat that process over and over. I think we still ended up actually getting close to dying because once he pulls you in, and if he ever gets off that second smack, it's pretty damaging.
And it's not that the enemies are hard, it's just that their damage ratio is so huge.
Right.
And at this particular stage in the game, because of the little health we have, and you probably have typically the same amount of health, just a couple of hits and you're in the red, right? So, you know, that's really it. It's not that it's hard, but the damage to health ratio is extremely high. And it only takes a couple of hits to take you out. So karate chop this dude.
Yeah, try to keep all the Blackwatch troopers alive during that segment as much as you can, just so that you have a little snack.
Right.
If you need it.
Yeah.
I think we picked up one or two guys.
Just treat them like potato chips, man. Dig in. You can't eat just one, baby.
A little crunchy.
Yeah, man. You can't have just one.
Oh, the tendrils. I think we're going to kick it back into high gear here because, you know.
Time to go hypersonic, baby.
The tendrils, that's not really a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of just...
I didn't even really end up using them that much.
Yeah, we're trying to just focus on the highlights. Stuff that may be difficult. Stuff like this, you're going to have to do this kind of stuff to progress the storyline, so that's the reason why we're just forwarding through. We had done the commentary on this without time-lapsing it, and it was like 30 minutes long. So
it was just boring commentary.
We could not talk about enough stuff, so hopefully you guys like this. It'll get you through this stuff quicker, and you know, we'll hope you like it. So and I think we're gonna do one more mission, I think, in this part, right?
I think two more missions.
Yeah.
Yeah, something about the EP that we want to talk about. With the harder difficulty, you really need to focus on the health bar first and foremost before you do anything else. I know with the easier difficulty, we're focusing on the mass and the movements. But,
right.
You really need to get that health meter going.
Right.
Right here, you'll see that there's two unlocks: the lab rat and feeding time. Sometimes in the game, you'll get them simultaneously. It doesn't matter which mission you do first. The only thing that affects is how the story unravels.
To you as the player.
Right, to you as the player. And it doesn't really, if you do one or the other, it doesn't make the story change, and the story still makes sense.
Right.
So, really, it just doesn't matter.
Just flip a coin, kid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, whichever, I think I just ended up doing whichever one was closest to me at the end of the last mission.
Right.
And just going from there.
Yep. So, this the first big highlight of this particular mission is taking out this chopper. And I think we use our tendril attack here, right?
Right, I think it's the bonus.
Yeah, but you don't have to. I mean, probably the best way to do this is to run out and, you know, try to find like a rocket launcher or something, and or even throw cars at it, right? Because even with the tendril, right, you're limited on distance.
Right. Well, that in the attack pulls things that are close to the object that you put into the black hole, and obviously a helicopter isn't, as you can see, close to that much stuff. Yeah, well, you can still beat them, but it's not really close to that much stuff.
Wait, we're gonna slow it down right here. Boom! Had to do it. Now we're hypersonic again. But
I know everybody has to be like us and just climb to the Empire State Building and consume somebody.
And dove off.
Oh yeah.
So this is the last big portion of this particular mission, which is taking out the scientists. 3 APCs. We went to the first APC first and started using our tendril attack, and it kind of bottlenecks them, right?
Right.
And then all your tendril attacks kind of affect all of them because they're all like in a cluster. So that's a good strategy to take these guys out fairly quick. Remember, at this particular stage in the game, you don't know how to weaponize yet. So obviously, if we did know how to weaponize, we'd use that attack.
Right.
But for now, we just use the tendrils. It's pretty beast. Look at just
I
knocking
mean,
the APC.
it's the best thing you got at this point in the game.
Right. And then once you get the scientists, do your pouncy, and you should be good to go. And then just exit your alert again. So
Again.
yeah.
I wonder how many times you have to exit the alert.
And notice there, like the alert happened when we were on ground level, and as soon as you go to an elevated state, the alert goes away. So make sure you're using your elevation to get rid of your alerts because they're aggravating.
And that's the lab rat. Pretty quick, pretty simple.
So yeah,
no big deal.
All right, moving on. What's the next one we got here?
Feeding time.
Feeding time, and I think this is the last one, right?
This is the last one for this section.
The last one in this section, yeah.
Yeah.
Feeding time.
This one, the way we did it is we kept playing the game until we got to a mission where it took 2 to 4 times, and after the 3rd or 4th time, I was like, okay, now I need to upgrade. It's not that we probably couldn't have done the mission. It's just like just to make your life easier, and you don't have to worry about replaying it over and over, right? Mm-hmm. The other thing is we're playing these missions in one clean sweep. Mm-hmm. So if we would have got like 3/4 of the way through a mission and we messed up, then we had to start the entire mission back.
Right. Right.
But there's a strategy to this. You want to come in here and have a softer landing than I did. That way you don't have to worry about the alert status going up. And these guys, you'll take them out stealth-wise. I think I didn't keep my eye on the scanner here, and it went off pretty quick. And I had to evade for a minute or two.
Yeah, it was going off, yeah.
But after you take out these 2 guys, you're going to hold on to the rocket launcher or the, I think it gives you an automatic weapon. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to head up to the rooftop on the building on the left.
Right over here. And we're running at normal speed now. We're not in hypersonic, guys. So this is normal speed. The
trick here is to take out this scanner. There's nobody up here, so the alert doesn't trigger. If you try to take out the scanner at the bottom, then obviously you do set off the base alert. Mm-hmm. But the whole reason is just to have, just to give a little, it's just a little insurance.
Right.
That we have to deal with. And you can see we showed an APC there. The trick here is to find one of the guys with a grenade launcher and possibly stealth consume. I don't know. Do we stealth consume?
We do. We get one over here, I think, and then we come back and stealth consume that guy anyway. Just for fun.
Yeah, the health bar we still haven't built that up enough in the game. So stealth consume as many people as you can, just so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, the last thing you want is like 25 people shooting at you at one time. So
right. I think right here we're going to do 3 shots to the APC, and then you'll have 2 more shots left in the tank or in the gun, and you just take out 2 Blackwatch guys, and then it'll bring you to this little cutscene here. Mm-hmm. And then what I was trying to do the first couple times played through this mission was kill everybody and then consume the guy. Just go straight to the guy, consume him.
Right.
Just make your life easy, because then you can just go straight into the base. You don't have to worry about these guys.
Yeah, I think the only thing you have to do is just evade, right?
Right.
Yeah, evade your alert, and then you come right back down.
And every time you come up to this building, you'll be able to switch over, and you don't even have to wait till the alert goes down. I think I just that's me messing up right there. Mm-hmm. I flipped over, shapeshifted too quickly. Mm-hmm.
But I've done that before.
Yeah. But then, you jump on this rooftop, shapeshift, no big deal.
Right.
And we're just moving on to the next part.
The hand scanner is right beneath you on the front of that building. So, right there.
Does he actually put his hand on there? Yeah, he does.
He puts it puts it like in between the things, yeah. So
look at this, got a little
now we're forwarding it fast again, baby.
Yep.
Getting through this. Hopefully you guys like this time lapse stuff. We felt like it made more interesting video than a 30-minute video. Now you get this in like however many minutes this video is going to be.
Alright, this is the part that I was talking about earlier. There's 3 sections. This first section, upper room, all you want to do is consume everybody and anything that you can. You're just trying to get your health back before you go downstairs. The idea is to get your health all the way back, and then switch over to a military personnel. That way when you enter this room, you're not triggering off an alert. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to go over to the scientists that you need to consume. Normally the AI are on a pattern and just kind of stand there, but since the base is under attack, quote unquote, then the AI is kind of running around, as you can see right there. So if you just kind of be patient, you'll get him in a second where he's not being watched and you can stealth consume him.
Yeah, you can see him flickering right there a little bit.
Yeah, to save time, you can just flip over to Heller and consume both these guys, but you're about to face a Juggernaut in the 3rd section, so it just makes the most sense to save as much health as you possibly can.
Right. So you can see here we're debating on whether we should get that guy. We're like, is it worth us losing our energy? No, let's just keep on rolling. But you can, right? You can get you an upgrade right there, or consume.
That is a big mamma jamma.
All right, so let's talk about this. We're going to go through a couple of, you can see us trying to use our claws there. Now we're trying to use our tendrils. We're showing you that because we want you to know that they don't work. At least they don't work effectively. I think the claws, you have to hit him in his back, right?
Right.
And then the tendrils just don't do anything. He
he'll
kind of
block
waves them off. So the strategy here is to use your dive roll and basically just throw barrels.
That's right.
He really doesn't have any long range attacks. I think that was the only real attack he has there, right, where he hits the ground.
Right.
And you also wanted to point out here that there's some infected around here that you can also consume if you get low on health, right?
Right.
So just they're over there in that right corner, so just keep them alive. And that way, if you need some, if you need a snack, man, you know what I mean? You need a break.
Yeah, just pop in some of those.
Yeah, get your Twinkie on, baby.
It's kind of like an Abe World thing going on.
And this is actually a section of the game where you can get your shield ability, and we all know that there's an unlock for deflecting 5 of these rockets using the shield.
Little back at you.
Yep, little back at you. We've got a special video on that on our channel, but if you don't want to go watch that, then there it is. Just got to deflect 5 and you're all good. And we should be, wrapping this thing up, right?
We're moving right along here.
Moving right along.
It's going a lot quicker than I thought it would.
Yep, and I know you wanted to point something out here too, right, when you come out in the building?
Yeah, go ahead and switch over to a military personnel. That way, when you come out of the building, you don't have to worry about
setting off
an alert. Like we said, it's not a big deal. It's just a little nuance.
Yep.
Save yourself a couple minutes.
Yep, and so, come out of Scuba Steve, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I think we're going to upgrade our health again here. You'll see that until we get to 4.
Right.
And that takes care of part 2, right?
That's right.
So we'll see you guys in part 3.
End of initial briefing.